LeZevo likes to talk about life while he's shooting people in the face. LeZevo.
What is going on, everybody? It's LeZevo here again and playing some Gears of War. Or as me and my buddy Zalk used to call it, Gears of War. I don't know why we used to do that, but I would call him on the phone when we were playing Gears 1. I'd be like, Gears of War. Anyway, that was the call to hey, jump on the game. We're about to do this. But anyway, I just want to keep talking Gears of War with you guys because I'm learning things. I want you to know what I know, and I want to know what you know. I want to try and see if we can help each other get better at this game. First things first, I mentioned in my previous video that high ground on the map is important. So as I'm learning the maps, I'm kind of learning where those areas are. Where you see me standing right here. This map, by the way, is called Mercy. I'm playing a little TDM. But this area right here is like a prime real estate area. There's high ground on the map. You got an elevated position. It's right in the center. You get a power weapon there, which will either be a one-shot or a mortar, which you saw me firing off the mortars and knocking out that double kill. But even if you don't have the power weapons, you can see me just laying down Lancer fire. Like I mentioned in my first video too, you can really help your teammates out by just laying down that Lancer fire and taking as much damage as you can. You know, I don't know if there's fall off damage in this game. If anybody knows that, make a comment on this video. Like, do your bullets lose damage as you get farther away, or does it just kind of increase the spread and make it so it's less accurate? I don't know. But anyway, you can see me just covering my guys with the Lancer, just trying to get as many shots on them as I can so that by the time they get in the firefight close range, these guys are pretty hurt, you know what I mean? And anyway, one thing with the mortars up there, and just in general on any level, when you get them, watch what's above your head. You can see that little arch right there. If you hit something that's above your head when that mortar goes off, the mortars come straight back down on you, and that's happened to me numerous times. It's kind of frustrating because you don't really have a good line of sight to what's above, like what's directly above you. You just kind of got to know. you kind of got to know when that happens, and because you'll eat your own mortars, and it's not fun. Let's see, what else do I got? Oh, when you're up in that high ground, not only can you put down Lancer fire, you'll see me coming up here. I'm using the spotting system, and I don't know that they had this before. I didn't play a lot of Gears 2, but I know they didn't have it in Gears 1. But this is kind of something like I know I used to do it a lot in the Battlefield series. So you can see me right there. What I'm doing is you aim down sights, and then you click down on the left thumbstick. And again, this is all with default controls. I don't know if you guys use something different, but you click down on the left thumbstick while you're aimed down sights, and it'll put a little red marker above the guy's head. And what that does is it tells all of your teammates where the enemy is for a few seconds. I don't know what it lasts, 3 seconds maybe, but it's really useful, especially when, like in team deathmatch, when you get down to the last guy maybe, and everybody's kind of sweeping the map, and they're all over trying to find someone that may be hidden in a corner or something. That's a good system to where when you do finally find them, you can kind of say, hey, let all your teammates know, hey, regroup in this area. Look at the shotgun fail here. Jeez. I don't know. Sometimes it feels like I should be hitting them. Sometimes I shouldn't. But anyway, yeah, that spotting system is really useful, and I don't think people use it enough. You'll notice when you get bots on your team that they really, really use that spotting system. So in a way, the bots kind of suck because obviously they're not real people and they do stupid stuff. But in other ways, they're kind of helpful because they constantly spot the other guys, so you can always sort of know where guys are. That's kind of important, you know, without a UAV type system like they have in Call of Duty, you know. So let's see. One of the other things that I didn't mention in my previous video was something called active reload. I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but you'll see me every time I reload my weapon. Let's see if I do it coming up here, but whenever I reload my weapon, there'll be like a little indicator as it's like a sliding bar, and there'll be like a little indicator directly under the weapon icon in the top right hand corner of the screen, and there's kind of like a white area, and then there'll be like a white line, and if you hit that indicator as it's sliding from left to right, if you hit it in the white area, then you'll get a quicker reload, which is helpful, you know, if you're in a firefight. But if you hit it directly on that white line, that's called an active reload, and that actually gives whatever bullets you're reloading into that magazine, it'll give them a little bit of extra damage. And you can tell if you hit it or how many of those bullets you have left because they'll blink. You see, like under the icon right now, it says 300, and there's a line, one little tick mark for each of the bullets. And I just hit an active reload, and now the few bullets that I reloaded there were blinking, and those ones are going to have extra damage. So I know sometimes you'll see guys just kind of fire off a clip right in the beginning of the round, just shooting at nothing so that they can get an active reload and get a little bit extra damage. There you see me using the one shot. Let's talk weapons for a little bit. This is one of the power weapons. This is called the one shot. Basically, it's a one-shot kill, but it needs to charge up. You'll see when you zoom in, you get the little arrows, and then you'll hear a beep. As soon as you hear the beep, that means the thing's ready to go, and it'll just destroy anything you hit. Now, what I don't like about it is that you pretty much have a set zoom, and it's a pretty big zoom. Like, it zooms in a lot. I'm always seeing a guy, and then when I zoom in, I get a little disoriented, like what I'm looking at. And I feel like it always aims a little bit down from where I want it to go, and it's just, it's good from long range, but you see I dropped it as these guys approached me because, you know, I had no shot of, I don't even know if you can blind fire. I don't think you can. I think it's got to charge up, so you have to be zoomed down sights, and it's got that mega zoom, like, I don't know, I mean, maybe you're like, you know, Mark Wahlberg in Shooter, you know, trying to hit that 2-mile sniper shot or something, but, yeah, you'll see me, I just picked up the grenades. Grenades are pretty valuable, almost as much as any power weapon, depending on, you know, the situation. I think, like, once the guys, say the enemy were to take that high ground that I know I want, grenades are a good way to go ahead and clear them out. Another thing with the grenades that I didn't talk about before was that you can stick them in the wall. And they added that for Gears of War 2, and it's continued over here. And basically what that does is it acts like a claymore or proximity mine or whatever you want to call it. And when enemies walk by it, you know, it'll take them out. And that's really helpful. You can even do it with a smoke grenade, which I find more like, that's sort of helpful. Say you have the one shot or you're sniping. Oh, that just shredded them. I love when it does that, when the shotgun just blows them apart like that. Yeah, I like using the smoke grenades kind of like as a little system for me to know when someone's coming, so it doesn't necessarily kill them, but sort of disorients them a little bit, and it lets me know that somebody's coming over in a certain area, so I can kind of cover your back a little bit. Let's see, let's talk default weapons. There's the assault rifle, there's or the Lancer rifle, the retro Lancer rifle, and the Hammerburst rifle, and those are the 3 different rifles you can start with. Lancer rifle has a gigantic clip, low recoil, and lots of bullets, so you can spray for days, but it doesn't, you know, the trade-off is it doesn't do very much damage. And then you look at something like the retro Lancer, which does high damage, doesn't carry as much ammo, and but it kicks like crazy. If you're trying to hit a long shot with that, I mean, some people can do it, but I feel like it's more luck because it does just, you know, bounce around randomly as you're trying to zoom in. They have different bayonets attached to them. The retro Lancer has like a spike, which is like you can use it to charge people. If you hold down B and run at somebody, it'll kind of spear them. And then ooh, headshot. Can't fight without your head, right, Silverback? That's what he always tells me. The regular Lancer rifle has a chainsaw bayonet, which I'm sure we're all familiar with. Oh, that guy paid me back. Touche. So, it has the chainsaw bayonet, which is something that, you know, I feel like it takes too long to charge up. Like in Gears 1, I remember you could just hold down B and that thing was ready to go. It was like, wow. But now, like, you have to, like, pull a little ripcord or something. It's like starting a weed whacker, you know. I feel like there's a little bit of a delay there, and you got to run in, and you can still do it. I like whenever there's smoke, I just kind of run in there with that thing rolling, and just hope it locks onto somebody. There's kind of like a little bit of lock on, so it'll just turn and start sawing someone. But and the last assault rifle is the Hammerburst, and that's sort of in between the two. That's like it's got some range to it. It's got a slower rate of fire, a little more damage than the regular Lancer, and there's no bayonet. There's just a regular melee attack. The one thing you can do with that rifle that you can't do with the others is zoom in. So if you click down on the right thumbstick while you're zoomed in, holding the left trigger, it'll give you like an iron sight, like a first-person shooter type thing, and so that's unique to that weapon too. I know a lot of the better players like Gold Glove or whatever. You can see his videos; he uses that a lot. So that's an option too. I haven't played around with it too much, but it's out there. Anyway, guys, this video's winding down here. Looks like I'll have to talk about the shotguns next time, so tune in for that, and I'll talk about some of the other power weapons too. But you see, I finished this game 13-3. So I'm getting better, getting my feet back underneath me, and hopefully I'll be able to bring you guys some better gameplay coming up. Please tune in tonight for Cat Daddy with the Goons at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's our second episode of the podcast, and we have a special guest tonight. It'll be Bongster7. He's the guy that does the animated Painkiller Already videos. So tune in tonight, be part of the live chat, and come hang out with us. That's it, guys. I'll talk to you later. Thanks.